Assalamu alaikum, this is Maria Zulfikar welcoming you all to the English news from Btv Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. Japan pledges to continue trade and development cooperation with Bangladesh, says newly appointed Japanese ambassador. ISTEMA's first phase to begin on bank of River Turag through Amboyan after Fajr prayer tomorrow. International Crimes Tribunal issues arrest warrant against 3 more persons in case filed on charges of mass killings in July-August. Omor Ekushi Book Fair organized by Chattogram City Corporation to kick off on 1st of February at Amy Aziz Stadium Gymnasium premises. No survivor expected as plane and helicopter crash in mid-air over Washington, D.C.'s Potomac River. And Khulna Tigers beat Rangpur Riders by 46 runs in Bangladesh Premier League at Sher-e-Bangla National Cricket Stadium. Viewers, those were the headlines. Now moving on to the details. Japan today pledged to continue its trade and development cooperation with Bangladesh and support the interim government of Professor Muhammad Yunus in its efforts to key transitions. Newly appointed Japanese ambassador to Bangladesh, Saida Shinchi, made the pledge when he called on Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus at the State Guest House, Jamuna. Ambassador Saida Shinchi told the Chief Advisor, Japan are determined not only to continue but also to expand its business with Bangladesh. Chief Advisor Professor Yunus said Japan is a very important strategic partner for Bangladesh and his government looks to develop the relationship further. Japan is the single largest bilateral development partner of Bangladesh, which contributed to Bangladesh's socio-economic advancement greatly over the years. The bilateral trade between the two countries now stands at around $4 billion, with Japan being one of Bangladesh's top 5 export destinations. The chief advisor said Bangladesh is now looking for business and trade opportunities with both Eastern and Western countries, including Japan and members of SAARC and ASEAN. The Japanese envoy assured continuation of ongoing Japan-funded big project. Professor Yunus thanked Japan for its continued support for Rohingyas and sought help to find a durable solution for the safe, sustainable and dignified return of the Rohingya. The ISTEMA is going to begin on Friday on the bank of the Turag in TONGI. The 58th edition of the ISTEMA will start through Amboyan on primary sermons after Fajr prayer. Followers of Maulana Jubair will take part in the arrangement. Devotees and people involved in the arrangement have already started thronging the ISTEMA ground. The first phase will begin on January 31st and end on February 2nd through Akhiri Munajat. People from 41 districts, including part of Dhaka, will take part in the first phase. The second phase will begin on February 3rd and end on February 5th through Akhiri Munajat. Meanwhile, the third and last phase of the ISTEMA will begin on February 14 with participation of the followers of Maulana Saad. It will end on February 16 through Akhiri Munajat. The International Crimes Tribunal has issued arrest warrant against 3 more persons in the case filed on charges of mass killings in July-August. With this, the tribunal has so far issued arrest warrant against 109 people. The 3-member tribunal, led by its chairman Justice Mohammad Ghulam Murtuza Muzumdar, gave the order today. Earlier in the morning, former police inspector of Jatrabari Police Station Abul Hassan and Assistant Police Commissioner Commissioner Tanzil Ahmed were produced before the International Crimes Tribunal. There are allegations against them for shooting unarmed people during the movement in July-August. Later, prosecutor Mizanul Islam briefed journalists and said the tribunal granted 2 more months to finish investigation against Jatrabari police station's former OC Abul Hassan and AC Tanzil. The next hearing will be held on April 6. U.S. President Donald Trump's family business partner and billionaire Gentry Bitch expressed his interest during a meeting with political leaders, advisor Mahfouz Alam to the interim government and senior officials of the Bangladesh Investment Development Authority (BIDA) at a hotel in the capital. He arrived in Dhaka on a one-day visit with the aim of making big investments. Beach said he had come to Bangladesh to propose investments in various sectors, including minerals and gas exploration. Big investments are expected during his visit to Bangladesh as he makes various types of investments in different countries of the world. Most students of the country are yet to receive all books in the new year. Printing of books are still underway in printing presses. Some teachers and students are downloading books from websites. Some teachers are giving lessons by using old books. However, the NCTB said that all books of class 10 will be given by January 31st, while the books of class 6 to 9 will be given of February 20. The government has been giving textbooks free of costs to the students of class 1 to 10 at the beginning of the year for several years. A major portion of these books were printed in India at high cost, but this year all textbooks are being printed in Bangladesh after 15 years. The interim government today warned of stern actions against any attempt to discriminate against or oppress any group of citizens. The interim government will take stern actions against any attempt to discriminate against or oppress any group of citizens, accordingly to a statement issued by the Chief Advisor's press wing. The government is also deeply concerned by the reports of incidents of women being prevented from engaging in recreational activities. It said specifically condemned the actions of hooligans who have forcefully disrupted girls' football matches. Women are equal citizens of Bangladesh and enjoy the same human and civil rights as men. The statement read. It said the government is doing everything in its power to ensure that they enjoy their full rights as Bangladeshi citizens. The government also warned that anyone who imposes their restrictions on girls and women in violation of their rights would be held accountable as per the laws of Bangladesh for their actions. The Chief Advisor Office has offered district administrations in Dinajpur and Jaipurhat to take the necessary steps to resume the stalled football matches. Hundreds of people watched the matches and they were appreciated by all sections of people in the districts. The press wing said in its statement, in the past 1 month, the interim government led by Professor Muhammad Yunus has organized one of the largest youth festivals in the country, which included women's sports matches held in hundreds of rural district and sub-district towns. Thousands of girls took part in the football, cricket and kabaddi matches even in many remote rural districts. Professor Yunus has been a lifelong champion of women's rights. Grameen Bank, which he founded, was more than 90% owned by women, the statement said. Last week, Professor Yunus met FIFA chief Gianni Infantino and sought his support to build infrastructure and facilities for women footballers in Bangladesh. The Omar Ekushi Book Fair, organized by the Chattogram City Corporation, will kick off on 1st of February at the gymnasium premises adjacent to the city's Eme Aziz Stadium. Chattogram City Mayor Dr. Shadat Hussain held a press conference highlighting the overall situation of the fair. He said, like every time, the fair will also have a stage to unveil new book covers and a selfie corner. There will be an exhibition on the language movement of 1952 and independence movement. The city mayor said this book fair will help keep the young generation from mobile and drug addiction away and develop them into talented generation. The organizers said a total of 140 stalls have been allocated to 74 publishers from Chattogram and 44 from Dhaka in the book fair, which will continue till 26th of February. Adequate security measures have been taken centering the book fair. Construction workers are now busy setting up stalls at the fairground for this largest book fair in Chattogram outside Dhaka. Later, City Mayor Dr. Shadat Hussain visited the fairground and monitored the preparatory activities. Now, international news. No survivor is expected after a plane and helicopter crashed in mid-air over Washington, D.C.'s Potomac River in the USA. 64 people were on the American Airlines flight and 3 on the military helicopter when the aircraft collided near Ronald Reagan National Airport. Emergency Services Chief John Donnelly said 28 bodies have been found so far. The jet was carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew members. It happened while on approach to runway 33 at Reagan Washington National Airport around 9 p.m. local time, the FAA says in a statement. The plane crashed in the Potomac River, which weaves through D.C. According to the D.C. Fire and EMS Department, news agencies said Reagan National Airport was reportedly closed. Runaways due to an ongoing emergency. A U.S. Army official confirmed that an Army Black Hawk helicopter was involved in the incident. An Israeli airstrike killed at least 10 Palestinians in the occupied West Bank, the Palestinian Health Ministry said, in an attack which the Israeli military said targeted armed militants. The airstrike was in the areas of Tubas in the northern West Bank. The Palestinian Red Crescent said violence in the West Bank has surged since the start of the war in Gaza. Hundreds of Palestinians have been killed, many of them armed gunmen, but also including stone-throwing youths or uninvolved civilians, and thousands have been arrested by Israeli forces. The West Bank, a kidney-shaped stretch of land about 100 kilometers long, was seized by Israel in the 1967 Middle East War and is seen by Palestinians as the core of a future independent state along with Gaza. Israel has stepped up operations in the West Bank since a ceasefire in Gaza came into effect on January 19.